if we are serious about trying to say what's up and win this title to shut this guy up, we have to win, bro. Your motivation is, top 4, it's a game, we need to win a game. Let us spoil Real Madrid's party. Really? Hetafe, the only people defending you is Man United in Pigeon. Gets real. So guys, so that's just a little a football roundup. I want to be doing more of this where I just really just do like a whole roundup of everything that's happening in the world of football, just so that, we could just be aware of it. And I think, again, but say, guys, thank you for your support for Nigeria. And I always have to say this. Shout out to my Patreon members. The Patreon content is popping up. Patreon content is my horseman, first team, star players. Thank you for all those guys on Patreon. You do not know how important your patronage is to the sustenance of this channel. I thank you to my Patreon people, and to my members, I thank you as well. More Patreon content, more member content. I thank you guys, and I thank you for the guys in the live show, all the content crackers, the guys that show up for the live shows, the guys who comment, even the haters as well, even that piece of crap, half up slow, but it's even freaking Daddy Usman. So yeah, Daddy Us, by the way, face reveal if Nigeria say what's up at Afcon. So I think they say, if Nigeria win Afcon, I've got to wear an eye patch. So it's going to be, my new name will be HF, Half Fury. So let's you see, I want to start off in England, because the whole notion of this show is really to show what's happening around, and I think that's so shout out to your boy, what's it called? YSK Jackson. Because YSK has placed a bet, which he owes me. And I think his bet is on, he believes that if Leverkusen say what's up, and I believe it's your boys Girona say what's up, then he gets a Dubinsky. So and it's one of, and I said to him that, like, bro, if that happens, if Girona win and Leverkusen win, and he gets paid, like, I think he wins like 20,000 or something, he owes me half. But could it be one of those seasons? Look what happened at the World Cup. Look at what's happening at Afcon. Could this be one of those seasons where things really start surprising people? It is what it is. The Liverpool boys, man. The Liverpool boys. So my thing here is this, is that looking at Liverpool and Arsenal. Here we go. So it's very important to look at the state of things in the Premier League right now. So as we see there, Liverpool 51 points, City 46, Arsenal 46. So things are getting real right now. We're now well past halfway through the season, and it's getting real right now. It is getting right now. I think 16 games left. 16 games left, man. Very little. There's a very small margin of error for anybody. A very small margin of error for anybody right now. So everything needs to be pretty much precise, man. You start dropping points now, it's really going to affect us. And I think when you looked at, especially with Liverpool, City seasons from back in the day, it was perfection. I mean, if we look at, was it 18, 19? Look at how perfect these guys were. Look at that. 32 dubs, 30 dubs. Obviously, those 7 draws, that one loss. Look how crazy it is. City lost 4 times. There was 4 times. There was that one Liverpool loss. It was that one Liverpool loss that went crazy. But I think for these guys, I think from February, March onwards, they won every game. So they were absolutely perfect. And obviously, it was, which one was this? Yeah, this one, 93, 92. Again, like I think from March, April onwards, perfection. But again, look at that. Liverpool, they lost twice. City lost 3 times. So it's getting real. It's getting real. And look, see, and City, they're already on 3 L's already now. So what we really want to know is, this game, is this going to be a decider? will this game really be the decider? You see, I have to be realistic. You see, you go to other BBC, Sky, BT. Well, this was supposed to everything. Okay, I want to be real. I'm going to give it to you real. Arsenal lost the title in December because we know what City are about and we know what Liverpool can be about. We know what City are going to do this season and we know what Liverpool can potentially do. Arsenal, you've not really been here before. And as we've seen, specifically from your performance this season, last season was an anomaly because you've regressed. You haven't improved upon what you've done last season. So there is evidence to say that what you did last season was an anomaly. It wasn't a progression. Because if it was a progression, if it was the graph moving up, then you would have either been the same this season or actually gotten even better, but you haven't. But Arsenal can be a deciding factor in this season. For Liverpool, this is huge. This is a massive game because it's not only huge for Liverpool in the sense of it is a potential title rival. It is one of the best teams in this league. It is a team that's 2 points off you at Anfield. You're now going away from home. There's pressure on both sides. As those Arsenal players, of course, are going to believe that they can win it because you have to. You're a professional. So for Arsenal, we're at home. We've already beaten City. We took points on Liverpool at Anfield. We have to. We're expected to beat these guys. For Liverpool, it's the whole Mourinho adage. You draw with your title rivals away from home. You beat them at the crib. So if they can get a draw, okay, cool. Even now. But I think Liverpool will say, you know what, let's try and get a Dubinsky. Let's try and get a win. And if Liverpool beats Arsenal, that's it. So, I already believe it's over. I already believe that it's over for Arsenal. That's me. I think the players believe. If Arsenal lose to Liverpool at the Emirates, the players will know that it's over. They'll keep playing. They'll keep trying to believe themselves. Atats will still believe in it. But deep down, the players will know that if we lose this game to Liverpool at our house, it's over for us. It's finished. So if Liverpool lose this, it isn't all over, but then it then opens this up a lot for City, and then it then gives Arsenal a bit of hope because an Arsenal win could be a massive boost. So as much as I say that it is over for Arsenal based on how they wet the bed and they dropped the ball and they dropped their shots in December, if Arsenal come out and win and they play well and they really beat Liverpool, this could be huge for them. And if they now carry that momentum into the rest of the games, it could be a massive turning point. So there's so many permutations. There's so many permutations with regard to this game as to the different things that can happen. So I'm excited to see what happens because I do. They both want to win. If Liverpool draw, they'll be cool. They'll be like, okay, cool. City, they'll be cool, But they will know that, okay, if we draw, City are right behind us. City are right behind us trying to say what's up. For Arsenal, if they draw, they'll be very disappointed. Again, let's flip it. Liverpool were very disappointed by that draw at Anfield. Very disappointed. Arsenal were like, what? But okay, cool. Arsenal were cool. So Liverpool are like, damn it. Because again, that's why a big issue for Liverpool in December, even if it was not as bad for them as it was for Arsenal, but the big issue for Liverpool was that draw to United and the draw to Arsenal. Both games that they would have expected to win, specifically the United game. But for Arsenal, they will know that if we are serious about trying to say what's up and win this title to shut this guy up, we have to win. No excuses. I don't know how this game goes. Honestly, I don't know how this game goes. An Arsenal win could be a big boost for Arsenal. It could be huge. But then they have to follow it up. But it could be massive for them. If Liverpool win, Arsenal are done. They are finished. And I think if Liverpool win, psychologically, that could even give them a boost. And I almost forgot the club factor. So now we're really going to see what that club factor does, because Norwich and the mess that's Chelsea with that bum-ass prick Pochettino, it is what it is. But now Arsenal at Emirates, ooh. So basically, if Liverpool really beats Arsenal up, ooh, that club factor is real. So Sunday, I'm already saying 2-2. I'm already saying a very exciting goal first. I think it's going to be I think it will be exciting game, hopefully. And I'm saying 2-2. I'm saying 2-2. I think they win themselves. So I don't see a winner in this game. Now things are getting real here. Things are getting pretty real here, guys. So now I crack a joke, and I mean it in the kindest way possible. I always say to myself that, okay, when next is Juventus going to catch a case? Because they keep on catching cases. But very silently, man, bro, Juve have been just winning games, winning games. You know, very silently. Because I think so much of the focus is on Inter Milan. You know, they made the final in the UCL final. People thought that they should have beaten City based on how the game actually went. They're still in the UCL, you know, huge game against Atletico Madrid. And Lautaro Martinez is having an amazing season. Marcus Thuram might arguably be, I believe, the signing of the season. Oh, actually, well, it's between him and Jude Bellingham. Okay, no, Bellingham, yeah. But Marcus Thuram is definitely one of the signings of the season. So the focus is on them. But quietly, Juve have been silent assassins. They have been silent assassins because if you look over here, man, your boys, look at that. 1 point differential, but Inter have a game in hand. Inter have a game in hand. So that is very key that they have a game in hand. So as we can see here, this is a two-horse race. Like, I think there's too much distance between Inter, Juve, and Milan, Atalanta. But actually, do you know what's weird? It's so crazy. There are almost 3 sections. So there's Inter, Juve. That's one section. I think Milan are sort of by themselves. You know, because there's like that's 10 points gap between Milan and Atalanta. Then you then have Atalanta, Roma, Bozo FC, Fiorentina, Bologna, Napoli, Torino, all fighting for top 4. So look at that. So there's 5 points between Torino and Atalanta. So I think that there's like 4 or 5 teams fighting for that top 4 position. Milan are just by themselves as an island, because I just feel 7 points between themselves and Juve, it's done. So Milan, I think Milan are just like, okay, let's just coast. So let's just coast in. Yeah, so that's actually weird. I've not really seen that before. Because you normally have, let's say, a section with many teams, but Milan are literally in a section by themselves. You know, so we have a 2-horse race. It's a 2-horse race, and of course, this Sunday is of course Inter against Juve, man, and you know, the thing about that though is Inter at the crib. So Inter are at the crib. Tough to choose. Because see, Allegri is one of those guys where people call him a fossil. He's a dinosaur. So they say T-Rex tax. And he's a borderline T-Rex. We get that. But he knows how to grind out results. And he's a guy that's led Juve. Say what you want. Maybe they lost him. He led them to UCL finals. 2 UCL finals, bro. So he's got something in his pocket, and he's won the league several times. So I think in this game, I think it's a very tough one to call, because I think Juve could definitely make it very difficult. And I do remember the first game they played between Juve and Inter. I believe they finished 1-1. Played at the Juventus Stadium. Again, a very close game. A very, very close game indeed. So this has 1-1 written over it. I think these guys cancel themselves out. I can't. On paper, Inter should beat Juve. The way they're playing, the quality of the players they have, the difference makers they have in their team, they should beat Juventus. But I just think Juve are just one of those old school teams that they just know how to. Basically, they are good. They are good merchants. They know how to grind out results. This won't decide the league. You see, that's so. See, this is different from, like, let's say City and Liverpool. And the reason why is because, like, peak City and Liverpool, one result could change everything, because you knew that these guys would just go on a crazy run. Juve and Inter will continue to drop points. Like, Inter and Juve are not going to go on like a 15-game winning run. That's not happening. These guys aren't. So they will drop points. So whatever happens in this game, if Juve win, it doesn't change much. If Inter win, it doesn't change much, but it's because you think about, if Inter win, they then extend and they have a game in hand. So if you're Juve, you definitely do feel like, okay, we've got to win, knowing that they have a game in hand. Because I think, like, even if so that was all that. That's 54, 55, 56. Yeah. So even if they win, but Inter win their game in hand, Inter then can say what's up. So there's definitely more pressure for Juve to not say what's up. But even then, there's still so much game to go. It's only match week 22. So there's still a lot of football to be played. But I think Simone Inzaghi has been called like the cup guy, the cup manager. But I do feel that he needs that league title. And I think that if he does get this league title and gets this league Dubinsky, I think that will definitely really help him to really be a lot more respected as a manager. Rather than, because nobody wants to be called a cup manager. You want to be called just a winning manager, where, okay, I can win the league and I can win the cup. I can win the UCL, I can win the Coppa Italia, and I can win the Serie A as well. So I thought it should be a really good game. It should be a really good game, because the earlier game this season between them was a really good game. Like, it was a very old school tactical Italian game. So I think this should be good. For me, 1-1. I don't think anyone wins. I don't think anyone wins. I think this gets very close, and I think this remains as Van. So they wouldn't dare. Let's be real. Leverkusen wouldn't dare. They wouldn't dare, bro. Would they? Would they dare? Would they dare? So this is how things are looking right now in the league, man. Between these dudes, man. So there you have it. Leverkusen 49 points, Bayern 47. So Bayern are 2 points behind Leverkusen. They're 2 points behind. Also, just you want to see something crazy. So keep this in mind. So 19 games played. So Harry Kane is on 23 goals. 19 games played and 23 goals. That is scary. He's on course to make it 40. So if you look at, so obviously it's Leverkusen against Darmstadt, who are like last, and Bayern against Mönchengladbach, who are, I think this is 12th, who are 12th. Oh, so basically, so you see, now this is more normal. So you see, Leverkusen, Bayern, they're like in one block here. Then you have Stuttgart, Dortmund, Leipzig, and Frankfurt in another section here. So you have these two sections here. So this section is all for like the top 4 sections: Stuttgart, Dortmund, Leipzig, Frankfurt, and this is the title race here. Like it's a 2-horse race. It's a 2-horse race. Like, I think everyone knows that. So it's a shoot up between both of these guys. He could achieve something special. Like, he can achieve something special. I mean, if Xabi Alonso does this, it will be one of the great achievements alongside Leicester City. I would be a fool to bet against 11 in a row. I'm sorry, like, say what you want and everything, Disney Plus, I would be an absolute moron to bet against 11 in a row. It's 11 in a row. How do I bet against that? I can't do it. I'm sorry, I refuse to bet against 11 in a row. So, sorry, I believe Bayern are going to do 12 in a row. And Xabi Alonso, he has to deal with injuries, doesn't have the kind of personal that Tuchel has. The only thing going for Xabi Alonso is Tuchel. You can see that Tuchel and Bayern, it doesn't work. And they're almost winning by virtue of just the talents that they have. And of course, you have Harry Kane, who's just going crazy, scoring key goals. But a very important aspect I'm looking at, and this is a very important aspect that I'm looking at, is Kane. Kane, I'm looking at you, bro. I'm looking at you very carefully. Because if you score 70, if you score 70 goals but you don't bring home the trophy, I don't give a damn. And no one else will. And I think Kane knows this because Kane knows that that's why he left Tottenham. I don't want to break some bum-ass trash record held by Alan Shearer. Like, shout out to Churchill, all right, and Prince Charlie. I don't give a bunch of that crap. So it's about freaking winning a trophy, not some kind of, oh, you're scared of that Premier League. No one cares about that crap. Okay, no one cares about that propaganda crap. It's about trophies. It's about silverware. It's about stuff that you can touch, tangible stuff, real trophies, about the real football stuff, the stuff that makes of legacies. So there's so much on the line here. Like, it would be an amazing story if Xabi Alonso does this. If Xabi Alonso does this to Leverkusen, it would be an outstanding story. But I'm just keeping it a stack. I just don't see it happening. Personally speaking, I just don't see it happening. But we are waiting to see. Do you see it happening? Do you see Bayer Leverkusen being bad? Guys, it's who in their right mind would bet against 11 in a row? Please tell me. You would go to the bookers and say, I'm betting against 11 in a row. If you do that, they'll actually investigate you for fraud. So, so your boy, Madrid derby. Now, this we have another Disney Plus story here as well. So if we look at what's happening up in this piece, man, let's see. So Real, what the hell? What happened to the whole thing? So Real 57 points. Yeah, this is weird. Hold up. Yeah, it doesn't have the wins list and everything. So yeah, this is really odd. Atleti and Barca for the. Oh, jeez, this is close. So you see again, two sections here. So Real Girona in one section, and Atleti Barca thing in one section. So really, Atleti are not in the title race. They're not. This is a two-horse race. So what Atleti want to do is, just as they did in the Copa del Rey, they want to spoil the party for Real. Atleti know that this isn't going to improve their title chances. So Atleti are sort of fighting on two fronts. They're fighting for, we want to get top four, and because we want to get back into the UCL cash incentive. But the other front is we want to mess up Real Madrid's title chances. We messed up the chance for them to win the treble by beating them in the Copa del Rey. We want to mess up their chances for them to win the league by taking points off of them. Girona right there, bro. Girona right there. So who do Girona actually play? So Girona play, tough game. Real Sociedad. Again, my money's on Real Madrid. Because I cannot envision Girona winning this. Because I said to myself that, like, what is more likely? Leverkusen to win or Girona to win? Leverkusen to win. But I think neither's going to win. But I think it's more likely Leverkusen win than Girona because it's freaking Real Madrid. It's freaking Girona. Okay, it's freaking Girona. But they're in there. They're making it interesting. They're playing crazy, sexy football. And we know that Real Madrid, and specifically Ancelotti, they're not league guys. But I think for this game in particular, it's going to, because that Copa del Rey game was very intense. It was a very, very intense game. And you know that Real wants revenge. They want revenge badly. And also the beauty about this game, just like the last game, is I believe will be seen arguably the two best players in the world, the two most informed players in the world, in Jude Bellingham and Griezmann. And of course, Griezmann and Bellingham had a great game in that game. He had an amazing game. But Griezmann ultimately decided it. So this is going to be amazing because it's a derby. It's going to be a response to that crazy, hotly contested Copa del Rey game. And also, Real are in a title race. Atleti want to ruin this for them. 100%. Simeone will say, bro, your motivation is, top four, it's a game, we need to win a game. Let us spoil Real Madrid's party. Because Atleti will want nothing more than to spoil them. Because, bro, that is a nightmare that Simeone will have for the rest of his life. We were 20 or so seconds away from beating Real Madrid at the UCL. We were 20 seconds away from a league and a UCL double. Beating Real Madrid in the UCL final. 20 seconds away until Sergio Ramos said, what's up? So For as long as Simeone lives, he'll be like, no, I must ruin everything for Real Madrid. I must ruin everything for them. So there's going to be a lot in this, man. So I, personally speaking, Real Madrid win this game. I believe they're at the crib, and they're just going to be so extra motivated. So I feel this would be a 3-1 to Real. I'm feeling a 3-1. I think Real are gonna bring the heat. They're going to bring the heat, and they're going to beat the living crap out of Atleti. They're going to beat them up because Real are going to be really motivated for this. Because I think Real were really angry the way that game ended. The way that game ended, because they thought they had them. The Germans thought they had them as like, no, you pricks, you prick neighbors, ruined our chances for a treble. So, yeah, man. Now, the flip side, if Atletico were to win, if Atletico Madrid were to win, awkward. Awkward. I also want to say it would be very awkward. It'd be very awkward if Atleti were to say what's up. If Atleti win and Girona beats Real so that makes things very interesting. Very interesting. But Girona do not dare win, man. Staying in Spain. I don't even know how to even address this, man. So the Real against Getafe. Jude Bellingham tackles Greenwood and calls him rapist. Again, YouTube tax. I don't want to be flagged for anything, but rapist. I think you know what that means. In relation to the Greenwood case. So the latest is that Getafe have, Getafe reported it, filed a complaint. It went viral online, and La Liga have brought in people to do lip syncing. And also there's another thing as well where, like, at the end of the game, Bellingham is walking towards the Getafe logo, quickly sidesteps and goes into the tunnel. Here's the thing. So Getafe are filing a complaint. You see, if you racially abuse someone, you insulted someone, you insult someone's mother, okay, that's bad. Is Bellingham wrong in what he said? Because here's the way it gets tricky. So Getafe can say, our guy was found innocent. So by you calling him something that he's not, that is very rude. But do you know what will be interesting, though? This is what will be interesting. Does Greenwood need to give the okay for them to file a complaint? Because if Greenwood says, oh, file a complaint, oh, Greenwood, you're looking crazy, bro. Because Greenwood just wants this to go away, doesn't want anyone to mention anything. Hence why if he's not said anything, I would just be like, okay, boom, we're still together, boom. So maybe Greenwood says to Getafe that, okay, guys, okay, just chill. Maybe Greenwood is not really stopping Getafe and they're just going ahead filing the complaints. Because guys are like, again, look, remember, he wasn't found innocent. The case was thrown out. This is different from Mendy. Mendy, we didn't hear anything. So I'm sorry. In my view, Mendy's innocent. We didn't hear anything. We heard the stuff. We saw stuff. We, as the public, saw way more evidence in Greenwood's case than in Mendy's case. So for Greenwood, it's like, okay, but I know what I heard and I know what I saw. Okay, my eyes and my ears, these are senses that I trust. And from what I saw and what I heard, it looks tricky. And everyone agrees, apart from Man United in Pigeon. So apart from Man United in Pigeon, everyone else agrees that Greenwood, it doesn't look good. So for Bellingham, was he lying? Was he telling any lies? I don't think so. Like speaking, I don't think so. I don't think he was telling any lies. So it's going to be interesting to see how this was. Because maybe he didn't say it, but if you watch the video and he said that, it's like, because please watch the video. It's because shout out to the people who sent it to me on the DM. Like when they sent it to me, I was like, that just sounds so wild. Like it's almost up. I just say, do you know what it is? There's a wrestling segment where I think Vince McMahon, who is he saying it to Stone Cold, where Vince McMahon says, oh, come out here. So it sounds like when Vince McMahon said it's in wrestling. So look, it's what, but I just wanted to know that if Getafe file this complaints and what the response would be, because Getafe, have you seen the evidence? Like, have you seen what we've seen? Have you heard of what we've heard? Because really, Getafe, the only people defending you is Man United in Pigeon. That's it. Apart from Man United in Pigeon and some United fans, everyone else is like Greenwood. So, well, here's what it is, man. CAF, man. So we will soon know the semi-finals. So Congo awaits the winner of Ivory Coast against Mali. And your boys await the winner of South Africa against Cape Verde. I'm already going to say I think Cape Verde win. Now, Super Sports may not like this. You don't remember Super Sports, that's a South African like sports channel that's obviously is shown all over Africa. Super Sports, amazing channel, man. You know, from the days of growing up in Nigeria. But I think Cape Verde get the dub. Now, in Nigeria, I don't know whether I could have handled a Nigeria-South Africa semi. Like, for me, a Nigeria-South Africa semi-final would be just so wild. Because I keep saying to people that Nigeria-Ghana is a very tame rivalry. Nigeria-Cameroon, boom. Nigeria-South Africa, it's deep. Because when you know about Nigerians living in South Africa, how South Africans view Nigerians living in South Africa, how Nigerians talk about South Africans, how South Africans talk about Nigerians as well. For me, South Africans are, like, for me, my view is I just feel a way about white South Africans. That's just me. Yeah, I love South Africa. I've got many South African friends. South Africans are like, I have no beef with them. My only beef is how the actual real South Africans are treated by white South Africans. So that's just me. I don't mess with white South Africans. I just don't, because the history there just messed up. But for these actual South Africans, yeah, I'm cool with them. I've got friends here. From when I was in school back in Geneva, one of my good friends were South Africans, we always went to the house, So international school in Geneva when I was like 10. So yeah, I mean, but beyond that, it will be very deep. It will be very, like a Nigeria South Africa semi-final would be. I don't know whether I could handle that. But either team is going to be tough for Nigeria. So, but I just see Cape Verde going through. I see Cape Verde going through. But again, South Africa look really good. Like, South Africa will be the favorites, hands down. But this has been a tournament where the favorites don't always go through. So yeah, Mali and Cote d'Ivoire. Beginning of the tournament, basically, after the group stage ended, Mali. But after what Ivory Coast did to Senegal, I just think that home crowd is just going to be too much for Mali. And that home crowd will just take Ivory Coast through. Like, Ivory Coast will just be buoyed and motivated and pushed through by that home crowd. And I just think that you're now dealing with a totally rejuvenated and revived Ivory Coast. And the beauty about that Ivory Coast Mali game, both local coaches. So I love that. So we are going to have at least one local coach in the semi-final. That's so a local coach is guaranteed to be in the Afcon semi, which I think is great. So yeah, man, it's. So I'm taking Cote d'Ivoire. I'm taking Ivory Coast to beat Mali. So I believe we're going to have an Ivory Coast Congo semi. And I think it's going to be Nigeria Cape Verde. It's only going to be Nigeria Cape Verde because I don't think my heart can take a Nigeria South Africa semi. I think that'll just be a bit too intense. So, yeah. But it should be good though. It should be good. But look, and then there were 4. Huge. Came in clutch. So let's look at some facts here. I have to throw in this out. Who is the greatest Asian player of all time? Hitoshi Nakata was like the first Asian player that really moved up to like a top league. So I think it was Perugia he went to first. I believe it was Perugia in But he went to the Serie A when the Serie A was the number one league in the world. This was like late 90s, early 2000s. So you had him, you had Nakata. So you had him, you had Kagawa, Park Ji-sung. Now I have Son. Now my thinking, and this is the same thing with the whole thing with other dudes around, but you have to win your Contessa Trophy to even be in the convo. So people say, oh, no, why didn't you Park Ji-sung? Park Ji-sung never won the Asia Cup. He never did, And for me, Nakata isn't in there because even if he did with the Japan, I don't think his talent level is on the level of a Kagawa, Park Ji-sung, or even a Son. He was good, but Kagawa is better, and I think Kubo is already better. Like most guys, even in this Japanese team, are better than Nakata was. Nakata was just like a very good, decent player, but not as to the level of Kubo or Kagawa, or even what's it called, Mitoma. So, but Son is an amazing player, super dynamic. Issue he plays for Tottenham. Can he win anything for Tottenham? But some interesting research here. The last time South Korea won the Asia Cup, now I believe South Korea, they won the first Asia Cup, I believe. I think it was held in Hong Kong. But the last time South Korea won the Asia Cup was in 1960. They haven't won the Asia Cup since 1960. Son, captain, face of the team. Australia, who I believe are the defending... No. Australia won it. So Qatar won it. Qatar are the defending champions. Australia won it before Qatar. I think they even beat South Korea in the final. And that was held in Australia. But the thing here is, against Australia, he wins the penalty to make it 1-1. And he scores a super amazing clutch free kick in extra time to win it for them. So he was clutch for both goals. They're now in the semi-finals, and they're 2 games away for their first Asia Cup trophy since 1960. If Son inspires South Korea to win this Asia Cup, is he the greatest Asian player of all time? And arguments can be made. Because I think to be a great, it's resume, your ability, impact. That's because that's how I use, those are the metrics I use to sort of like whenever I do this kind of like player comparisons. Talent, so your general talents, your impacts. How did you impact the big things that you did, your clutch games, the moments that you've had, the imprint, the legacy that you've put down, and your resume. Trophies you've won. So this would be, he has a talent level 100%. Impact. I mean, he is arguably one of the most popular Asian players that we've seen in terms of his marketing, his popularity, and just how popular he's been able to do for Tottenham. Now, Lord in heaven, if he wins a trophy for Tottenham, that puts him into the freaking stratosphere. If he can win a trophy for Tottenham, but we know that's never happening. But bro, if he gives South Korea this Asia Cup trophy, based on his talent, at the very least, there is a strong argument. Because many people may say, I think Alidai, was he from Iran? He held the international goals record for a huge long time before your boy Cristiano said, what's up? But Alidai was not as good of a player as Son is. Because Son, for me, talent-wise, is one of the best Asian players ever. Just quality-wise, talent-wise. He's an amazing player, So it gets interesting. So I'm going to be watching this Asia Cup with very keen eyes, very, very keen eyes, as to see whether Son can do it, man. But he's 2 games away. He's 2 games away for something, because I thought South Korea had won it several times, and it's fine. But they've not won it since 1960. 1960, civil rights. So it would be huge if he's able to do it. But what do you guys, is he already the greatest Asian player of all time? Is he already in the conversation? Where does he rank in comparison to Park Ji-sung, Nakata, Alidai, or any of these? Because when you just think of the great Asian players, it's really hard to come up with names already. Because I believe he's a better player than Nakata. And I believe he's had a greater impact than Nakata somewhat, although Nakata playing in the Serie A high level is big. So impact is interesting. And I think, and resume-wise, okay, well, that's why I have to see what he does in the Asia Cup when we now talk about the resume. Park Ji-sung has a resume. UCL, boom, we get that league titles. He has a resume over him. Son is better than Park Ji-sung. Talent-wise, I believe he's better. Park Ji-sung was a quality player, and he was amazing at his role, which isn't a very glamorous role. But I believe pound for pound, based on what you do in your role, I believe Son is the more talented player. Impact, Son, bro, come on. Popularity tax is what it is. South Korea, what's up? So yeah, let's see what Son is able to do at this Asia Cup, man. I'll be watching very, very closely. So final thing here, and this is just something that we'll be doing with each of these sections here, which is guess the player. Guess the player. So here we go. Can you guess who this is? So in the comments below, just see whether you can guess who this is. And if you guess it, I'll be like, okay, impressive. Because if this is too easy, I'll try and make it a lot harder. So again, look at the image. Can you guess who this is? And the first person to guess right, maybe I'll give it like a little prize or something. But can you guess who this player is? So we'll be doing this every one of these sessions here, where I'll put out an image here and see whether you can guess who this player is, man. So if you're, and I'll probably do it in the live shows as well, but I want to just test this out and just see whether it's a fun thing to do. So can you guess who this is? If you can guess, well done. If not, all right. Leave it one more time. Just look at it closely. All right, guys. I'll see you next time with another football news roundup. Peace.